the same person that robbed me for like $500 for a session ended up being in the studio.
Jay-Z's ex, Blu Cantrell, has revealed some information about Beyonce and is speaking of her nearly killing her. Is this the reason for Blu Cantrell's sudden disappearance? Stay with us till the end of the video to find out. Blu Cantrell was one of the hottest stars in R&B in the early 2000s, even giving Beyonce a run for her money. Tracks like Hit 'Em Up with Style, Oops, and Breath soared to the top of the charts in the United States and elsewhere. But Blu Cantrell was possibly one of the best names in R&B in the mid-2000s, but she unexpectedly vanished. And it was shocking to see the singer vanish after years of popularity. So, what happened to Blu Cantrell? Blu, real name Tiffany Cobb, went from Rhode Island to New York City at 17 to pursue a career as a singer. Blu had no luck in New York despite her visible talents. Someone eventually took an interest in her during a chance to visit Atlanta to see her sister. Blu was visiting the city when someone approached her in a hotel lobby and told her she looked like a singer. How ironic. She replied, "Well, actually, I am a singer. I thought it was a pickup line," stated Blu. But he actually brought her to Red Zone, and they signed her after hearing her sing. Blu told Polestar in 2001. Blu's first song, Hit 'Em Up Style Oops, was an instant hit when it was released in April 2001. Her debut single reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and was nominated for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance in the Grammys. You may have noticed that Hit 'Em Up Style Oops has lately resurfaced due to TikTok. At the time of this video, a sped-up version of the song, which is popular these days, had 11.8 million views on TikTok. Blu's popularity continued that year with the platinum-certified publication of her debut album, So Blue. She was on a roll until 2003 when she released her second album, Bittersweet, which included the hit single Breath featuring Sean Paul, which also became a TikTok hit thanks to Troye Sivan's cover and earned her second Grammy nomination, this time for Best R&B Album. Cantrell's album So Blue in 2001 included the track Hit 'Em Up Style Oops. The song quickly rose to the top of the charts, debuting at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and remained there for 34 weeks. Her breakthrough record reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and she was nominated for a Grammy for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. According to RIAA, Cantrell received a gold record in August of that year. That single sold at least 500,000 copies. Cantrell's sophomore album, Bittersweet, was released 2 years later and featured the single Breathe. Unfortunately, that song did not have much of an impact. According to Billboard, it peaked at number 70 and spent 20 weeks on the charts. She believes the song was much bigger in other areas, which could explain her absence from the spotlight in the US. Cantrell has not released any singles or albums since 2003, but she stated in a 2016 interview with Fuse TV that her work is still timeless, adding, "I've been eating off of those records and have been doing shows nonstop." Feud between Beyonce and Jay-Z. Amid her popularity, Blu was haunted by accusations that she has been involved in a bitter quarrel with superstar Beyonce. Of course, Beyonce is perhaps the world's biggest pop star today, but in the early 2000s, she had just begun her solo career with the album Dangerously in Love, and she was in the early phases of her relationship with Jay-Z. Blu had a close connection with Jay and was delivering chart-topping R&B hits around the same time Beyonce began, so it was only a matter of time before the murmurs began. She told The Guardian that the music video for Beyonce and Jay-Z's song Bonnie and Clyde appears extremely comparable to the trailer for her song Roundup, which was released first. If you want to travel down the rabbit hole, consider what Beyonce says in Signs. "I was in love with a Sagittarius. A Pisces has harmed me. And what if I told you that Jay-Z is a Sagittarius and Blu is a Pisces?" Perhaps she's even trying to get press, but I want her to understand that if she goes there with me, it's the wrong move, Blu said. She needs to know what she's doing and what she's getting herself into. "I am an expert. I'm a natural singer." Take the final quote with a little bit of salt. Let us look into more details about Blu's disappearance. Blu's success declined dramatically in 2004 after she left her contract, owing primarily to Arista's failure to renew it. Only then did she realize she hadn't made nearly as much money at the label as she should have. When asked what she would do differently, she told You Know I Got a Soul that she wished she had been more educated on the music business before signing that Arista contract. She claimed she would have hired a lawyer, but the lawyer represented the other party, creating a conflict of interest. She believed they were all working together to take what rightfully belonged to her. Nobody knows the whole truth except me and them, but I was taken advantage of. Blu also revealed where she had been over the previous years in the 2012 interview. I needed to take some time off, she said. I spent a significant amount of time overseas while living in London. As an artist, my work is a 24-hour job that requires immense dedication and hard work. However, I realized the importance of taking a break and focusing on self-care to maintain a healthy balance. It meant giving myself time to rest, eat well, and recharge. In the same interview, Blu hinted at a third album she'd been working on, promising that it would go straight to the top, but for whatever reason, that album never saw the light of day. Blu was last seen publicly in March 2020, just before the pandemic. She was in London as part of Fat Man Scoop's Throwback Stadium tour, which included Nelly, Shaggy, Eve, Maya, and Salt and Peppa. Blu, who was 44 during the tour, sounded as powerful as ever when performing classics from the early 2000s. In 2016, Blu Cantrell disclosed her intention to release a new album and shared with Fuse TV that she was searching for producers. The specifics were scarce, but she emphasized the importance of collaborating with producers to create quality tracks. She expressed that she was open to any sounds that piqued her interest. However, Blu Cantrell just confessed that Beyonce nearly killed her. The singer has presented many claims, yet most of them are unclear and do not have a proper answer. The precise occurrence is unknown. There have been rumors that Jay-Z named his daughter Blue Ivy after Cantrell. Although it is unknown whether these accusations are true, Cantrell is a vocalist who appears on Ciara's debut album. It's worth noting that the search results don't provide much evidence or description of the purported altercation between Cantrell and Beyonce. On numerous occasions, Blu claimed she is a better vocalist than Beyonce and dared her to a live on-stage duel, implying that Beyonce knows she will lose to Blu in a sing-off. When asked why she thought Beyonce was making so many subtle jabs at her, Blu responded, "If you are having issues, you don't need to be negative because she's a beautiful girl. But if you have issues, then you should be." Jaguar mentioned Eric Sermon, a former Def Jam musician who allegedly suffered life-threatening injuries after jumping from a third-story window in September 2001. Jay-Z released the Blueprint Police album. Cantrell's life had not gone well during those years. According to TMZ, she went through a lot and was arrested in Santa Monica, California in 2014 after running through the streets ranting about people trying to kill her. According to the report, Cantrell was arrested at about 2 a.m. after witnesses claimed she was screaming about someone giving her poisonous gas. When officers came, she gathered enough to ask a loaded question. "Do you know who I am?" Although it's unlikely the men and women in blue knew who Cantrell was or what she was famous for, she allegedly informed them she was a one-hit wonder. Cantrell was reportedly examined at a nearby hospital. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know about it in the comments section. For more exciting updates, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. Tap the thumbs up and show us some love. Let's meet again. Goodbye!